I don't know. Charlotte has parked herself on the table today. She's decided she's going to have a very lazy day, and this is the optimum place for sleeping.
I don't know where Skittle is.
I don't know. She's probably causing trouble somewhere. Well, there's much disturbances. Apparently, I've just been notified that we are in fact live on the tube of you, so things must be working. She's probably causing trouble somewhere. So yeah, there are some disturbances here because we've got our friends from Limber Tree Services are back today to finish off the work they started a little over a week and a bit ago, where they had a slight hydraulic problem. The machine broke, and we're starting to drop hydraulic fluid all over the driveway.
So they had to leave.
Well,
actually, they were just down one man and a crane truck.
Yes.
So they could only do a few bits of climbing things, and now they're back to finish the big things.
Yes.
Because our barn was dated to 1720, built in 1720.
Yep.
So we're going to have it restored, and we will be documenting all of that. But before we can have it taken away and restored, we have to get all the trees off of it. So that's what the noise is.
Yeah, and we hate to cut down any tree. That's we absolutely love trees. But these are self-set, scrubby messes that really should have been taken care of several years ago. They're not where they need to be, and they're honestly destroying the structure.
And don't worry, we won't waste the wood.
We'll put it to good use.
Splitting it for a fireplace.
So we'll put it to good use.
So that's the noise.
Yes, there's a lot of noise going on, so this is probably what's disturbing Skittle. So anyway, it's Thoughtful Thursday. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Gilda. Wendy, I owe you a phone call or a Zoom or whatever. I'll make sure that happens at some point, hopefully today. Chaos ad nauseum. Thoughtful Thursday.
I'm looking out because branches are moving on this side that I'm a little concerned about. That's why I was like, what are they doing? They're taking that little scrubby cherry tree. Okay.
Right up the side.
Good morning, Kim.
There, yeah.
All right. So today's Thoughtful Thursday. And I am going to go back all the way to my childhood, to when I was a little girl.
Ooh, you still are, aren't you?
Yeah, inside. My mom was the best mom in the whole wide world. She was so wonderful.
I never met your mum. I do regret that.
And, my niece is cut right out of her butt.
Oh,
You met Kathleen, then you pretty much met my mom. So
she's ridiculously funny. I love
funny,
Kathleen.
Witty, amazing vocabulary, sharp as a tack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we were at the doctor's office. I think it was maybe 10 at the most. And she noticed a plaque on the wall, and she asked the doctor about it, and she wanted a copy of it, and the doctor made sure she got that.
Oh, okay.
And it was basically like Words to Live By. It's a poem by a woman named Dorothy Law Nolte.
I have never heard of her.
And it's about a poem for raising children. But I think we could think about it for Thoughtful Thursday.
Okay.
And think about how we are raising ourselves every day.
Are we nurturing ourselves?
Right.
I see.
So the poem is called You Learn What You Live. And then we realize that, we say things like, everybody has a story we know nothing about.
It's true.
But these...
Good morning, Erin.
Okay, good morning, Shayna. But these things really are our core or our foundation of how we move forward. Now, they're not all negative. It starts out by giving you the negative, and then it works on to the positive, right?
Okay, go on then. I'm going to hear this. I've not heard this.
It's really quite beautiful. It says, if children, but we want to think of ourselves as the children.
Okay.
And we want to think of our living arrangements, our working environment, our spiritual environment, the friends around us, and how daily life influences us.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it does.
Why are you laughing?
I'm not. I'm just fascinated.
Okay.
I'm keen to hear this.
So the first thing it says is, if children, and you insert yourself as the child, if children live with criticism, they learn to condemn.
Anton learns to criticize it.
If children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. So if you're criticized every day by someone in your life, you will then learn that everything needs to be criticized. Do you understand? Like you'll be like, well, that's shit, and you didn't do that good enough, and blah, blah, blah. And that's what you will project, because what you take in, that becomes part of your aura, is what you give out. All right. If children live with hostility, they learn to fight. So if you're living with someone who has anger management issues and they throw things or they yell all the time and they disrupt your peacefulness.
What, like me?
Yeah. You will become hostile and you'll yell back, or you'll yell at other things, or you'll feel this need to express the anger that the other person is putting into the vibe of your space.
Interesting.
Right?
Pray continue.
If children live with ridicule, they learn to be shy, right? So if everything they say or do is met with how stupid is that, then they're going to kind of shy away and they're not going to talk anymore, because what's the point? They'll just be ridiculed about their thoughts.
Yes, and I suppose the end result of that is ultimately they become those that ridicule others as well.
They ridicule others, or they become reclusive.
Well, yeah, okay.
All right. If children live with shame, they learn to feel guilty. Right? So even if it's not their guilt.
Not their fault.
Yep.
Yeah, we
feel shamed about it.
We do take the blame for a lot of things that are not our fault. As we go through life, we pick up other people's baggage and carry it around, don't
Absolutely. But now, here's the other sides of the coin. And I want you to think about these things in your daily life and how you could help yourself or others with this aspect of it, right? If children live with encouragement, they learn confidence.
It's true.
What a great job. You did a great job. I really think you should keep going, because this seems to be really speaking to you. All right? If they live with encouragement, they learn confidence. Here's a big one. If children live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. Right? So if somebody around you is intolerant of everything, you're going to become very short-fused. But
things will get on your nerves, won't they?
Yeah.
Rather quickly. Yes.
But if you learn to try to see the 6 even though you see a 9, you may be a lot more patient with someone else, because you'll recognize that just because their perspective is different doesn't mean they're wrong, nor are you. If children live with praise, they learn to appreciate.
It's true. See the good in something, you learn how to see the good in something.
And you realize that it's not all a bunch of crap. That there are things, instead of saying, why me, why me, why me, you can say, oh, look, these are all the things that are going right. And I have an attitude of gratitude here. So I'm pulling towards me even more positive things than I am opening myself to more negative things. So learn to appreciate and learn to praise, and things will come better. If children live with acceptance, they learn to love. Right? I love you just the way you are.
Yep, it's perfectly okay.
It doesn't matter to me that you're disabled. It doesn't matter to me that you're disfigured. It doesn't matter to me that you're whatever.
Yeah, see beyond the skin.
See beyond that. Right.
See beyond skin deep. Just because somebody's different,
right.
doesn't make them inherently. You think about how horrible we were. Having these freak shows and stuff like that. He's the elephant
there's
woman or the
man's
bearded
inhumanity-
lady or whatever.
Man's
you know?
inhumanity to man has just been.
It's ridiculous.
All
It's
right.
ridiculous.
If children live with approval,
Mhm.
they learn to like themselves.
That's very true. It's very true. Yeah.
Right? Look in the mirror and approve of how they are, how they feel, how they look. It's huge here. If children live with honesty, they learn truthfulness.
That is so true. That is so true.
Right?
Yeah.
If you live with honesty, you learn to tell the truth. You learn truthfulness. Hi, Brenda. If children live with security, they learn to have faith in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And if children live with friendliness, they learn that the world is a nice place.
You know what? That's a beautiful poem, but you could cross out children and just write people, because we're all children.
Exactly.
We never stop learning. And if you go again, if people learn, if people live with criticism, they'll learn to condemn. You think about it.
People live with hostility, they learn to fight. They can be riled up.
Exactly.
If people live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. If people live with shame, they learn guilt. If people live with encouragement, they learn confidence.
Mm-hmm.
If people live with tolerance, they learn patience. If people live with praise, they learn to appreciate. If they live with acceptance, they learn love. If they live with approval, they learn to like themselves. If they live with honesty, they learn the truth. If they live with security, they learn faith. And if they live with friendliness, they understand that the world is a nice place.
Isn't that true? So you live what you learn, but then it becomes cyclical, you know? You then learn what you live. And you live what you learn. They are like as within, so without, you know? What you project out into the world is what you receive. It's where I think Lisa and I put it like this, is whatever you focus on comes into focus. And if your focus is on anger and frustration, everywhere you look, you're going to find something that further angers you
because
and frustrates you.
You're going to look, you're only going to see what feeds whatever you're,
It's a feedback
growing.
loop.
Yeah.
It's a feedback loop.
But
it reinforces itself.
I have had this in my heart for so long, and I always tell people when they are criticizing, like, I don't understand why this person is doing blah, blah, blah. I always say, well, you learn what you live. This must be how they were raised, right? So if we raise our children with no honor, with no humility, with no integrity, then that's the kind of adult they're going to be, and that's how they're going to function in life and raise their children. So, we're seeing this in adults around us.
Yeah, we have some unfortunate role models, shall we say, that have, people that have in positions of great power and responsibility that
were raised with a story we know almost nothing about.
Obviously,
right?
Yeah. And you can see that. You can see that.
So today's message for Thoughtful Thursday is think about what you're living.
Think about what you're putting out into the world. Because what you're putting out into the world is what you will receive. So it really is that there's this continuous feedback loop, and that feedback could be positive and enhancing, or it could be negative and self-destructive. And it really is, you've got to align with the good stuff if you want good stuff. You've got to focus on the good stuff if you want to see good stuff.
Right.
But when you focus on that, this becomes this.
Well, many times.
Almost, yeah.
Many times things happen on our journey that are terribly traumatic.
Oh God, yeah.
And we tend to relive that trauma over and over and over. And those things like guilt and shame and, all those things, we allow them to become part of us. And I understand that. but we cannot allow them to define us.
There you go. That's
We
the word.
need to think about it, protect ourselves from it happening again, talk about it to help ourselves and others, but we don't have to accept that just because that happened, it creates the way forward for the rest of our life.
Mm-hmm.
We have to break out of some of the negative patterns. We have to break away from things that don't serve us. You know, even if it is very traumatic and very difficult to do, turn your back onto things that do not serve you and move forward into love and faith and hope and security.
And of course, the wax melter has now just turned on because
Yes,
it's
candle
candle making
day
day today. But so we have even more noise to contend with. But hey,
All right.
Well, I'm blessed
So
that I can hear.
I think we should pick a card of the day.
Hold on.
Okay.
I love what we're doing today. I love
right.
this. I love the fact that so often, you know, you're saying that your traumas, your bad experiences, your painful stuff, don't let that define you.
Right. Don't let it become a cancer that eats everything.
Yeah. Don't claim that as your rightful badge of office. You know, I've got my stripes here.
This
I've
happened to me,
suffered,
or
and
I have this
look at this, and I've got
disease,
this.
or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Don't accept that as your.
That's not what should define you. What should define you is what you are inside, you know? And if we look and we strip everything away, all of your vestments, which are clothes, I think, all of your fancy jewellery, all of your position, all of your wealth, all of it, and just in a cold, hard, naked light of day, what are you really? What are you really? And if you're somebody who is, wants to extend a hand, who wants to help, who loves to see joy in other people's faces, this is a good thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah? We learn what we live, but we live what we learn. You know, these things are inextricably linked. It is that wisdom of the Emerald Tablet, as above, so below,
right.
As within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. We're as much a product of our environment as our environment actually is a product of ourselves.
Right, what we've manifested.
Yeah.
Mike says, so appropriate for the world we live in. Thanks for sharing. And Shana says, I love that poem. And Brenda also said that she's always loved that poem.
Well, I'd never heard it before today. But you can cross out children and put people there.
People, absolutely.
It still applies, and we're never too old to learn.
And coming up, when you see the tarot scopes for September,
which
you'll realize that we have a lot of retrograding planets that are helping us to relearn some things.
That's, it's all good.
No, it is good. It's a chance to relook at.
Retrogrades are super. That's what the is about. Redo, rethink, repurpose,
relearn,
revisit. You know?
Yep.
It's a great time to sort stuff out. I have got so many plates on sticks and so many projects I've just got on the back burner. I actually enjoy being able to get into like a Mercury retrograde and get back revisit that and redo it. So there's so much to be done. But yeah, it's a good thought. I like Thoughtful Thursday today.
Too.
I think that's a really good one. And it's too bad there aren't more people hearing this, because I think the world could be a better place. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends all about it. Share this video everywhere you want. And the card for today we have pulled is the Nine of Wands. And there's a message here.
This is kind of going along with what we've said.
Yes.
You'll notice that that this person understands boundaries, but they're not sealed behind the wall. They're still approachable.
Mm-hmm.
So today, allow your scars to make you approachable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bruised and battered, but still standing. And so, don't let your traumas define you. You're still standing. What is it? Welsh.
Die beer?
No, not that. With powder and poppies.
Gwaitha pawb and poppies?
Gwaitha pawb and poppies. Rini yama o hyd. In spite of everyone and everything, we're still here. And I think that is so true, in spite of all of the crap that's been thrown in our way, and Gwaithar Pawba Popis, I'm sorry, I couldn't even remember that. Oh, she's going to burst into song. It's a lovely song.
It's a very powerful song.
That's anthemic, that song, I have to tell you. We'll find it for you and put it up sometime. But yeah, but also bear in mind that if you're continually preparing for war, you can never know peace.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're still standing, you've been through the mill, but hey, you're still here. You're still here, you've got what it takes. Don't let your traumas define you. It fits in so beautifully well with this. And yeah.
And have a great day.
Have an unbelievably brilliant day, which is wonderful.
Be thoughtful this Thursday.
Be thoughtful. And, you know, in a world where you can be anything,
be kind.
Be kind. That would be our advice to you.
All
be
right.
kind. Thank you
peace,
so
joy,
much
people.
for watching.
Have a great day.
Do please like, comment, and subscribe. Tell your friends all about us, and we'll see you
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning for Elevensies with Lisa and Anton. So be blessed.